Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jillies Nails. Today I have a new well, it's not a new technique, but I haven't discussed it on my channel yet, and it's different dry brush techniques. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that. Sometimes people talk about it, sometimes they don't. So I thought I'd go over it and see if it's something you might like to try. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up the polish and really swipe the brush on the edge of the polish bottle. You want to get off as much extra polish as you can, depending on the type of technique you want to do. So the first technique here, it's one that's a little bit of a thicker stripe that ends thinner at the bottom. So it's heavier at the top and thinner at the bottom. If you look at it closely, to me, that one kind of looks like waves. I think it would be so pretty for a beach mani, depending on how well you do that. And then for the ring finger, I'm going to go in and do more of a full coverage dry brush where you just kind of keep going in and picking at it and pecking at it until you get it to look the way you want with as little polish on the brush as possible. Now when it comes to dry brush, in my opinion, and that's all it is my opinion, so take it as you will, I feel like it looks better when you do it in layers. So you could go in with a darker color, and if you have some maybe opaque stamping polishes, you can layer them on top of each other. This is very similar to the impressionistic nail art that I did. I'll put that in the cards right here above, so you can go ahead and click that if you want to take a look at that video too. I really loved that one. And honestly, not a lot of people watched it because I screwed up how I uploaded it, so go check it out. It's a cool video. Now on that middle finger, I did the barest, driest nail possible and just kind of tapped it in and played with it and touched it a little bit. And then for the index finger, I'm just a French tip. And I can tell you personally, I think that looks super cute at Valentine's Day, the French tip with the dry brush, where if you did like pink with red on it or red with pink on the ends, it looks really cute for like Valentine nail art. Don't ask me why, that's just how I feel about it. I think it's cute. And I didn't like how that one covered completely, so I went in and swiped a little bit more. But because I like the layered look, and that one I liked a lot, when this one's finished, the thumbnail, it kind of almost looks like marble. It's so pretty. That's my favorite technique, honestly. What I'm going to do is go in and add a glitter topper to this to give it a little more depth and dimension, because when just that on its own, it looks flat. And I did use a matte polish. That Rise Up color is a matte shade from Sinful Colors. So I felt like it needed a little oomph to it, and just went in and added some of this gold glitter topper on it. And oh my gosh, I loved it so much. It was one of my favorite combos I've done recently. Not what I had originally planned on doing for the manicure either. And I love it when that happens, when you do something you're like, I don't love it like this. Let's put some glitter on it and see if that fixes it. And it does. And it comes out so cute. So I went in and did a couple coats of the glitter topper over this. And I smudged my freaking index finger, so I dragged the glitter down a little bit further on that one to kind of cover up where I smudged it. Because I straight up smudged it. Like took a chunk out of it and had to use the spit trick to smooth it back down. Which, if you don't know that, I learned that from Kelly Marissa. And what you do is, if you smudge your polish really bad, you can just lick your finger and take the wet part of your finger and use it to help smooth the polish back in place. Probably 99% of the time it'll fix it. If it doesn't fix it, cover it with glitter. Cover it with glitter and move on. Nobody will know unless you're on YouTube and you tell them that's what you did. But I do think it's important for YouTubers to share those kind of tips and tricks, because so many of our videos and our pictures, like, we just don't post enough of our own nail fails, I feel like, for people. And I think it makes it frustrating for people when they first start out, because they think, oh, well, they did it in one shot. Maybe, why can't I do it in one shot? What's the problem? And we had a cat quake. A good one, too. It might have been a dog quake. And we had an animal quake. Now I am putting a matte top coat on this, and just to backtrack for a second, I think as a nail artist, an artist in general, we make things more frustrating for people sometimes because we don't share our screw-ups and mistakes. And it's not that hard to say, hey, I screwed this up and this is how I fixed it. So that's why I always try to share that if I realize I've done it in a video and I want to share and I've recorded it, I will always try to tell you how to fix a mistake. So if you liked this video and you liked how it looked, I have some other kind of like basic stamping techniques, that kind of stuff. I'm going to link it in the upper right corner for you. You can click on it. It'll take you to a playlist for more beginner techniques and background techniques. This is a great background for stamping. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, ask below, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.